Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to our Joyful Joy House Tea Party. Hope everyone is doing well on this Friday and is staying warm. All right, let's go over to the chat and let's see who's here and welcome everyone in. Scrolling to the top. And we have some eagles to welcome in. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Candy. Welcome in, Candy. So glad you are here. And also joining us is the lovely Margie. Margie, welcome in. And also joining us is Wanda. So welcome in, eagles. So good to have you. And Miss Laura is here with us. Hello, Laura. Welcome in. And going back up to the top, my chat is moving. All right. And Miss Angela is here, and she says she's doing fine. She's drinking water, and she is not working on anything at the moment. Look at those cute emojis. Those are so cute. Wanda says, I hope everyone has had a great day and is ready for the storm that is moving in. Yes, yes. Those of us on the East Coast are buckling down because this is not like what we are accustomed to. And unlike our friends more further up north, you guys get a lot more of the actual powdery stuff called snow. We get snow as it falls, but somewhere in the midst of falling and hitting the ground, it becomes ice. So we deal more with ice. So it's a big deal for us. All right. Everyone is greeting each other. Thank you so much for that. Are you getting the extreme cold like I am, says Candy. We are expected to have wind chills at -40. Whew. I hope not. No offense. I hope not. Hello, Heidi. Welcome in. So good to see you. Glad you are here. Welcome to the Joyful House. And we got the lovely Jen in the house. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you, my friend. All right. Jen says there's a package on the porch. Be right back. Definitely go get that. Margie says it is currently 64 and supposed to get down to 48 tonight for me. That is still cold, my friend. Very cold. She says, I am drinking coffee and I'm working on my Gin Ivy top. And we've got the beautiful Dawn P in the house. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you. Dawn, are you ready for this wintry wonder storm we're having? I didn't call it wonderful. I said wonder. I do like watching it fall. I do like watching it accumulate, but I do not like being out in it because, as y'all know, two things I don't like, being cold and being wet. And I surely don't like it when the two are mixed. Oh, no. All right. Again, thank you guys so much for loving on each other. I appreciate that so much. Jen says, Margie, it's 20 and feels like 6 right now. I'm telling you, anytime you add that wind in at all, it just makes it so chilly. Chilly. Margie says, that's freezing cold, Jen. Jen, stay warm, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, definitely stay warm. Okay, let me see here. All right. Dawn says, Jen, should I make up the spare room for you? Oh, and we have another eagle in the house. You hit 70 today, Dawn? What? I guarantee you it was not that warm here. Todd, how cold was it today?
Actually pretty warm, but I think like around 40s. They once got warmed up and got around 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upstate, it was in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
We never even saw sunshine today, Dawn. Todd said that when it warmed up, it got to be probably somewhere in the 40s. But oh my goodness, it was just like dreary overcast all day. No sun. It was really quite depressing. What?
Like snow clouds.
Like snow clouds. Dang. I'm coming to your house, Dawn. It's only a couple hours away. We have another eagle in the house, so if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Tiffany. Welcome in, Tiffany. So good to have you here. All right. And she says, hello, Miss Cynthia and everyone in the chat, and nugs to everyone. All right. Nightbot was excited to see Dawn. Nightbot says, "Hi, look who it is. Thank you for coming to the Joyful House today." Hello, Samantha. Welcome in. Nugs. How are you doing? Always good to have you in the Joyful House. Everyone is continuing to say hello to each other. And we have a Joy Team member who is celebrating a milestone. By the way, y'all, I apologize for all the noise. Literally, as I got ready to come on, by the way, the power went out. But luckily, it wasn't due to a storm or anything. It was just literally, we live in an old house. And sometimes when you get to running too much, like a heater and 2 TV monitors and a computer and the lights and the teapot, I had the teapot going. In fact, my little warm thing went off. So let me put that on so it keeps my water warm. My power went out. So anyway, but if you will, let's celebrate a milestone with Miss Candy. She is celebrating 35 months of being on the Joy Team. That is 1 month shy of 3 years. So she almost has an anniversary coming up. Candy, definitely appreciate all the support that you give to the Joyful House. So I'm going to go over to our little celebration screen. And if you will, help me celebrate Candy and her 35 months of being on the Joy Team. All right. And we have another eagle in the house. So if you guys will help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome. As soon as I get back over to the tea party screen to, whoa, where'd I go? I disappeared. I got very, very small. Even I got excited to welcome in Kim. Welcome into the Joyful House. So good to have you. All right, let's see. Coming back over to the chat. And Bridget is here. Welcome in, Bridget. Nugs and Joy. Bridget, are you ready for this winter storm? I'm not planning to go anywhere, so personally, it won't bother me. So, as a friend of mine said earlier today, if it gets too bad and we lose power, I'll just dump all my yarn out and just crawl up in that and stay warm and just crochet. Oh. Did I get your text messages? If they came in after the watch party, no, I did not. Because as I said, I was going to run to the little girl's room and then I was going to give Mr. Joyful a proper hello. All right, I responded. Thank you for letting me know it was there, because it probably would have been later tonight before I found it. And Heidi says, 6 here feels like -11 overnight. Feels like it could be -35 to -42. Oh my gosh, you guys stay warm. Oh, do everything possible, because that kind of cold can really get you sick. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, she is. It is going to hit the East Coast fierce. She is definitely in for some nasty weather, too. Yes, yes. And Nightbot is welcoming Kim. Says, welcome to the chat. So sweet, Nightbot. All right. Hello, Zach. Welcome in. Nugs, my friend. How are you? Hello, Cynthia. Nugs. Whoops, I almost auto-corrected it to nuts. Oh, hey, I'm nuts. What can I say? It would have not fazed me. Thank you guys for welcoming Zach in. All right. And Miss Mariana is here. Welcome in, Mariana. So good to have you. I was trying to find her comment. I see everyone welcoming her in, but I haven't seen her comment. I still haven't seen her comment. Why'd you type that in, Samantha? Frozen. Why'd you type that in? I'm just curious. I'll explain why in a minute. I'm just curious why you typed that in. Angela S is here with us. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Nugs. Angela, I think Nugs came up after since you've been gone, and it just means a great big hug around the neck. One night I got so excited and I started talking really fast, and I was trying to say hugs, like hugs and joy, you know, like I used to always say. And I was thinking about hug around the neck, and Nugs came out. And so it's just stuck. So it's Nugs and joy. Everyone is saying hello to her. All right. Oh, Zach said, you said frozen, so I thought your screen was frozen. Ah. I was curious why y'all were writing that, and I'm going to explain it in a minute, but that's okay. Wanda says, trying to get used to this new laptop and getting frustrated. Oh, no. Tell it to be joyful. Zach says their schools have been out all week. Samantha says, no, Zach, I thought it was the word of the night. All right. So how did you see that? Angela says, storms are supposed to be hitting here tomorrow evening. Everyone, please be careful. And I guess let me go ahead and say that for some reason, if I don't come on and there's no post canceling movie night, then that means I'm without power and I can't do anything. It's out of my control. Even though I could probably go on my phone, I probably won't, just simply because my parents and my children are far from me. You know, they're both at least an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. So I will leave my phone untouched in case I need to get an emergency call from any of them. So I will be keeping my phone as free and open as possible and keeping the battery charged. Zach says they've had storms all week. Thank you, Nightbot, for welcoming Jen in. Although I beat him to it. Oh, Zach says he sent a picture of the snow that they have. I will try and get that pulled up so I can show it to y'all. Is that through email, Zach? My kiddo was texting me. Laura's asking Zach how he is feeling. He says, good, off oxygen 3 days now. Praise the Lord for that. Oh, okay. I had it popped up on the screen for a moment. Okay. Well, then we'll just go ahead and put it up there. It is our word for the night. So if you're not familiar with what that means, it simply just means that when you see it pop up, you can go ahead and type it in. Type it in as many times as you would like. I will be periodically spinning the wheel throughout the night, and whoever it chooses, they get an extra entry on January's giveaway wheel. And we do have some unfinished business to finish up with December's giveaway wheel, and we'll take care of that when we get to it. So if you want to go ahead and start typing in Frozen, remember it only takes one time to get on the wheel, but the more times you type it, the more times Nightbot recognizes you. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. I know some of you do because you comment, so thank you so much for that. But every Saturday, I put a post out on the community post, and it shows who our top 3 chatters are. And then it also shows all those that chatted throughout the week, and it shows how many extra entries Nightbot has given you onto that Tea Party wheel. Nightbot keeps up with all of that over a 7-day period, and I just go and I just type out exactly what Nightbot shares with me. So the more you type it, the more chances you get to get extra entries on the wheel from Nightbot. All right. So everybody has started typing that in, and we're going to draw that first name in just a moment. Laura says, Zach, I hope you're doing all right off of your oxygen. Yes. That is one of the things my mom is afraid of, losing power, but they have a generator, and they're testing it to make sure it's working because she's afraid of not being able to keep her oxygenator going. Angela says, Frozen Junior was the fall high school play we did in November. It was so good. Oh, wow. Cool. All right. Next thing, before my water cools down, it's a tea party. So let's get our tea going. So tonight, I thought I would bring in, for my mug for tonight, I would bring in my Call the Midwife mug. And as you can see, it has... oh, forget it. I can't remember all their names. And then it has Call the Midwife on the back. So let me go ahead and get my water poured here. And tonight I am going to be trying the tea that I actually sent Miss Margie. And I tell y'all that I will always be transparent and honest. I'm going to show you the size of these tea bags. Now, I've been giving away tea recently at our tea party when we do our tea party giveaway wheel. And so this is the tea that we're going to try tonight. It is called, it's strong. It's called Almond Coconut Macaroon Tea. And it is a caffeine-free blend of rooibos and natural flavors. It is from the Republic of Tea. I got it off of Amazon. And I sent 6 of these. I spun the wheel last week to award somebody 6 of these. Now I want y'all to look at these. This is the tea bags. This is how thin they are. Miss Margie won. I sent 6 of these. Just 6 of these. And it literally cost me a couple change less than $9 to send to her. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Sorry, y'all. So what I'm thinking would be cheaper is if I want to still give away tea, is I will literally order you tea. I'd rather order you tea and give you a whole canister or a whole box of tea, and more than likely it would be less than $9. Or I'd rather spend $9 on the whole container than on 6 little flat tea bags. Now, I probably could have stuffed these in a card and sent them, but I was afraid that when they sent it through, that it might tear them or whatever. So I did send it in a little mailer, but that mailer was about like this big. It was not big at all. So that was crazy, y'all. That's our postage system right now. But anyway, so I think there is, when I pulled hers out, I thought I saw a little drawstring, but maybe not. I guess not. So I'm just going to drop it in. Here we go. And that water is hot, so it just took it. So it's down there. We're going to let that seep a minute, and we'll come back and try it in a little bit. But again, this is almond coconut macaroon tea. Have you tried it, Miss Margie? I'm just curious. Is it any good? I normally stick to my favorites, but I am enjoying trying new teas. So let me grab a little spoon so I can duck that down. A little tray to put my spoon on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we'll give that a taste in just a moment. All right. You guys, no matter what we're going through, no matter what kind of storms are going on, whether it's Mother Nature, life, whatever, we always need to stop and find the joy. So here in the Joyful House, we're going to do something that I like to call Express Your Joy. So if you will, join me in expressing your joy. And my hopes is that whenever you leave tonight, that you'll leave with a little bit more joy than what you came in with. So if you will, join me as we express our joy. All right, I do hope you feel a little bit more joyful. Now, I only know of one family member from the Joy family that is celebrating their birthday this week. And if I'm correct, it's actually today. And that is Angel from Angel Renee today. And if you're here and you celebrate your birthday, because I understand that not everybody does, but if you celebrate your birthday and you're not sure I have it, please let me know. Leave it in the chat, leave it in a comment afterwards, or email me so we can celebrate with you all week. But if you will, join me in singing happy birthday to Angel and to anyone else that may or may not be celebrating their birthday and we just don't know about it. Excuse me, StreamYard. We want Angel up there. Thank you. All right, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, Angel. And again, to anyone else that might be celebrating their birthday and we just don't know about it. All right, let's go ahead before we do any more celebration. Let's go ahead and draw our first name. Let me get this shared to go onto our giveaway wheel. Here we go. And if you see someone new pop in, if you will, help me remind them to drop the word frozen. But our first name is going to Miss Mariana. Congratulations. All right. And we'll come back and we'll draw some more in a little bit. Now, if you will, help me celebrate some Joy family that is celebrating their anniversaries. We've got here in the Joyful House a Joy team member that is celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So if you will, help me give a great big shout out to Sandra. Definitely appreciate all the support that she brings to the channel. Appreciate all the support everyone brings, but especially those that have upped their support. It is always a big help. It's what allows me to do these giveaways. And then we want to celebrate 2 Joy team members that are celebrating their 2-year anniversary. So if you will, help me give a great big shout out to Kate and then also to Todd, as we all know and love, Mr. Joyful. So happy anniversary to Sandra and to Kate and to Mr. Joyful. Happy, happy anniversary. All right. And I do know that we have a couple new Joy family members. I have not yet recognized them on the channel, so we will shout them out next week. But right now, I do have one that I know of that is new to the Joy family. And so we do want to welcome in Crochet Loving Leanie. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Leanie. But if you will, help me welcome in Leanie. All right. And because I do want you guys to know how much I appreciate you coming over to the Joyful House and always spending time with me, especially when you're not having a great day or it's been a long day. I just want you to know how much I love you. So this is for everyone. All right. StreamYard still has some glitch issues. Okay, let me come back over to the chat and then we're going to do something new. But let me first check on the chat. Thank you guys. I see a lot of happy birthday and I see a lot of happy anniversary. I do appreciate that. I forgot to ask you guys to drop me some emojis. So I'm having to scroll and look for the last chat I did. And there's Nightbot welcoming in Wanda. Thank you for that, Nightbot. And I think I might actually, yes, because I think the last one I read was when we welcomed Hope in. All right. And Margie was asking Wanda what brand of laptop did she get? And Zach says he has an Acer laptop. And I might have missed, I did miss something. Let me see. You sent the picture messenger, not email. I apologize. That's fine. I'll try when I'm showing the video. I'll try to go save it from messenger to email Zach. And I'm glad I saw that because I'd already forgotten. Okay, that's where I left off. And Wanda says, I like the keyboard on this one a lot better than the old one. Just a lot to figure out. This one has a different operating system. Awesome, awesome. So sweet, Mariana. Thank you for that for Zach. All right. We were just talking about that earlier this evening with her, Jen. She says, Wanda, how is your everlasting vacation? And that's what she said. She felt like she was on vacation. It hasn't fully sunk in and processed yet. And Wanda says it's an Asus ZenBook is the type of laptop she has. And Samantha's birthday is September the 16th. And I do know that I have that. Thank you for that. Margie says, never heard of it, Wanda. Me neither. She says, it does feel like a vacation right now, Jen. It hasn't really set in that I'm retired now. Thank you guys so much for wishing Angel a happy birthday and for all of, again, the anniversary wishes. All right, I think I'm able to scroll. Zach says, now I've got happy birthday stuck in my head. Thank you guys for welcoming Leanie in. I appreciate that. Wanda says, I think I actually got it when I was in Oregon. No taxes there. Haven't had the time to set it up and work with it. Got plenty of time now, right? It is a learning curve. My learning curve is called TODD. And Samantha has shared her weather. Says Fort Collins conditions are partly cloudy with a temperature of 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind is blowing at 5 miles an hour. Nugs, Hope. Nugs, nugs. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I see some emojis. That will be helpful. Angela says, just finished making 40 crocheted fidget keychains for my 7th grade students. I need to make 2 more. I will email you some pics. Yes, yes, please do. We'll include them in right here in the tea party. Okay, so it is time for me to discuss any news on the channel. And let me go over. I came up with something I thought would be so cool. And when it comes time for that, wouldn't it be cool to say it's time to spill the tea? I thought that was so cute and so appropriate for a tea party. So it is time to spill the tea. And I only have really just a couple little things to shout out. And one is just a reminder that the Joy team has started their 11th mystery make-along. And something new that I'm doing is as we finish week after week, they're sending me little snapshots of their progression, and I'm sharing them out on a post every day if I can. They have also started on Tuesday nights the make along that we're doing all year round. It is not a mystery. We are making a blanket and it's called the Harvest Friendship Blanket. And same thing, when they send me their update pictures, I am sharing them out on the community page so you can watch them grow and progress every week. So definitely go check that out. Also, I have a post on the community post with a poll question asking you guys about the weekly announcements of videos and lives that are happening in the Joyful House. I just wanted to know if you guys are actually using that and if it's a guide to help you find out what is going on. I have one that goes out at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday for all videos and all lives that are taking place Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And there is a link attached on that one post. So all you have to do is go to that one post, find what you're looking for, click on the link, and it automatically takes you to that video or that live. Same thing on Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. Any video or live that's happening in the Joyful House Friday, Saturday, or Sunday will be on that post. So I'm just curious if those are helpful or not. Right now, the percentage is, the last I looked, 93% said yes and 7% said no. So if you guys could help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. On a personal standpoint, it does help me make sure I have every video and every live posted for the week, but certainly I do not need it. I use my Rocket book. I love my Rocket book. It is like my channel Bible. So I do have this, but it is also just kind of, it helps me stay on point, especially if I'm not in the studio and I don't have the Rocket book. I can then go on my phone and look at YouTube and my channel and make sure that everything is posted and whatnot. But I'm not putting it on there for me. I'm putting it on there for you. So I'm very curious to know if it is truly a useful tool for you. So if y'all will go over there and vote on that poll, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. I think the only other news I have is a reminder that tomorrow night is movie night, and we will be continuing with Call the Midwife. We are on season 14, episode 5, so come join us. And with that being said, it is time for me to try our almond coconut macaroon tea. Are you ready? Actually, let me scoop this tea bag out real quick because I don't like drinking around tea bags. So let me put this in this little handy dandy little Tupperware tool and squeeze all that tea out. And then we're going to just throw that tea bag away. All right. Let's give it a try. I like it. I like it. I was kind of concerned. I was excited about trying it because I like almond. That's what drew me. I like coconut. But I was wondering if it was going to be busy with almond, with coconut, and macaroon. It is really good. Margie, I hope you enjoy it. I like it. I like it. I mean, I wouldn't. So let's see. If I were to give it a number 1 through 10, y'all know apple cinnamon is a 10. I'd probably give it an 8. How about that? Maybe we'll start doing that. We'll give it a number score. It's not bad, but it's not a 10. It's an 8. I love it. So, tea is just a hug in a mug. So I hope that you are enjoying something in a mug. Hopefully it's tea, but if you're not a tea drinker, hot chocolate, coffee, something like that. All right, you guys. We have one more thing under Spill the Tea, and that is to finish up our December giveaway wheel. So I did hear from Heidi, and I did hear from Connie. So let me pull my giveaway basket up here. And let's see. Heidi was first, and so she pulled number 7. Now let me remind you that we already had our winners, and they pulled 10 and 5. Angela pulled 10 and Margie pulled 5. So those were not in there. But Mr. Joyful, he helps me with these because I like for all of this to be a surprise for me. So he helps me put all of this back together. He literally pulls all the tabs out and mixes them up so that even I don't know what's in them. Because I think it's just fun that way. All right. So Heidi picked number 7. And here it is. So we're about to find out what Heidi won from being a winner from December's giveaway wheel. And she won, oh, it's backwards. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, let me get it out and then I'll reveal it. It's hiding. Okay. This is what Heidi won. She won the Granny Square card deck. So this is it right here. It's got a little label on the top of it. I'm not going to pull it off. I'm going to let her pull it off. But it's the Granny Square card deck. And it's got all these little different cards with different granny squares on them. So that's what you won, Heidi, if you're still here. So congratulations. Woo woo. All right, so I'm going to put that aside because Mr. Joyful will need to redo these. All right, and then Connie chose number 3. So let's see. That should be right there. All right. Are you ready to see what Connie won? Oh, yes, I forgot. Okay. So remember, we're doing something new. All of the envelopes, I stuck in 3 scratch-off cards, and I'd forgotten about it, so I gotta grab a tool. And I said that if an envelope got chosen, y'all are gonna get to watch me jump into my little tall chair here. I might go for a little trip. Because my chair is too tall for me. All right. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. We stuck 3 scratch-off cards in the envelopes. Well, Mr. Joyful did. And so even I don't know which one has a scratch-off card. Well, guess what? There's a scratch-off card. So we'll get to scratch this off and see what prize is in there, and then we'll find out who's going to get it. But this is what Miss Connie got. Connie won. I guess I got too excited. My tattletale's going off. Pardon me. All right. Connie won a $10 Amazon card. So congratulations, Connie. I'll need to get with you. Well, if you'll just make sure that I know the email address that you use for Amazon, and I'll get that sent out to you. But Connie had a scratch off card, so we get to scratch it off. So let's see what's behind here, and then we'll go figure out who's going to be the winner. Okay. It says winner chat. So that means I get to pick a winner from the chat. And then they get to pick one of the envelopes that is still here. So let me put 3, make sure I might have just put them together. So 10 is out, 5 was out, and 7. So they'll get to pick between the ones that are left, and I will remind what numbers are left. And there's 2 scratch off cards, so we might even have more giveaways. Who knows? What? Anyway, all right. We'll do that in a minute because I'm going to have to pull up a new giveaway tool and put in a new word because I want to keep our frozen going. And speaking of that, let's just jump right in real quick and pick a second name to go on the January giveaway wheel. And let's see who it is. It is going to Angela. Congratulations. And in case you're new here, we have tea parties every Thursday night except the first Thursday during the first full week because I take that Thursday night off. I'm back for myself. And that first tea party we have of the month is when we do our giveaway wheel. All right. So next thing we're going to do, and then I'll get that wheel ready in just a moment so that we can find out who that winner is going to be. All right. The next thing we're going to do is our tea party poll. How many did the tea party poll this past week? The question was, this was tea party poll number 16, and it says, in the game Rock, Paper, Scissors, which motion is my go-to pick? So you were to vote whether you thought I would choose rock, paper, or scissors. And then I asked it if you shared in a comment below your go-to pick, you would get an extra entry on the wheel. And look, no comments, so nobody got any extra entries. That was an easy way to get an extra entry on that giveaway wheel, to just tell me if you are a rock, paper, or scissor kind of person. But anyway, 50% of you said that you thought mine was rock, and 33% said paper, and 17% said scissors. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to put that poll in the chat and let you guys vote there, and then I will reveal the correct answer. But while I am doing that and getting that, I keep going very small, getting all that ready, we're going to go ahead and watch our video for tonight of those that made makes and any bloopers that we may have had on the channel over the last week. So let me pull that up here. And again, while y'all are enjoying that, I'll go ahead and drop that poll in the chat, and then we'll come back and reveal the answer and find out who our chat winner is. So if you're here, stay for just a few moments because you might have an opportunity to win something. All right. Oh, that's right. That's right. I was like, why didn't I have that ready? I didn't have it ready because I have it here in the in StreamYard. I was able to load it this time. It wasn't quite so big. So I loaded it, but I do not see it, and I played it. Oh, wait, this is it. It is here. All right, here we go. I couldn't even get started. Tattletale. All right, let me go tend to that, and then I'll come back and we'll try this again. Crafts of the heart. Good morning, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House, and welcome to this segment of crochet. It is not crochet heart. It is. So as you can see, from apples to getting overly excited to talking fast, thinking fast, sometimes what's here does not come out here. And that's how we got apples. That's how we got nugs. That's how we get bloopers. I do want to thank all of those that contributed to our finished makes tonight. This video would not have been possible without you. So I do appreciate not only the fun and joy that you have in making your items, but that you take that little extra step and send them in to me so that I can share them right here with our Joy family. And just a reminder that every time you send in a picture of a finished make, that you get 2 entries per finished make. So all of them received entries for those makes. All right. I got everything ready. The poll should be out on the channel, so go ahead and be responding to that. And in the meantime, let's find out who our chat winner is going to be tonight. So if everyone in the chat will drop the word envelope, or envelope, however you say it. I say envelope. But if you will drop the word envelope in the chat, then we will see who that winner is. I'm going to go to the chat, you guys. Samantha left me some emojis way back, so I'm going to go find those, and then I'm going to go through the chat and just make sure I don't have some necks to nug on. I'm sure you guys did a great job of welcoming anyone in if I didn't get a chance to yet, but also to see what you guys are saying. And there are all of those emojis. Actually, it wasn't just Samantha. It was also from Mariana. So thank you so much for that help. I was able to find my way right away. All right. Miss Gloria, Miss Sugar Wooga, hello, welcome in. And I'm going to unplug my phone. So hopefully I can multitask and get Zach's picture pulled up. I don't want to forget to do that. But I got the poll and I got the wheel up. So I'm going to send this over to my email real quickly. All right. And I'll go pull that up in a minute. That is a lot of snow, Zach. A lot of snow. All right. If you are coming in, go ahead and drop the word envelope in the chat. And while you're at it, and drop it several times, go ahead and do Frozen, because we're also going to pick another winner entry winner to go on the January Tea Party wheel. All right. Same here, Zach. We'll be at movie night unless we don't have power. Oh, awesome, Margie. She says, I already have an idea for my next Crochet With Me Monday project. Isn't that always exciting? I know, Margie. Been missing Miss Gloria as well. Our sugar wooga. Angela says, got the email sent. Hope it went through. Oh, I'll go look for that in just a moment when I pull up Zach's. Samantha says, yes, it helps her. Thank you. If you can vote, if you can go over to that poll, though, and vote for me, Samantha, that would be very helpful. Miss Gloria says she is Miss Margie, too. She is slowly making her way back. Jen says she has hot apple cider, no tea. Hey, hot apple cider is good. I actually have some of that in the kitchen. I need to bring some in here and put it on my my tea thing, whatever I call that. I forget. My brain's got so much going on right now. My tea shelf, my tea caddy, whatever you want to call it. Heidi says, nice. Thank you so much. So Heidi, if you will email me and make sure that I have your full name and address. I think you may have already done that, but if you'll just do it and make sure I have it, that way I can go ahead and hopefully get it wrapped up tonight and get it sent out tomorrow. Mr. Joyful's already running to the post office for me. So if I have everything ready and handy, I can definitely get it out tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be next Friday. All right. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Welcome into the Joyful House. She says, not sure how long it will be on, but she is here. Well, good to have you. And Miss Doris is here. Hello, Doris. Welcome in. Dawn says, okay, back. Sorry, all mom drama. You are fine. Just good to have you back and hope the drama is resolved. All right. Everyone is saying congratulations to Heidi and Connie. Good night, Kim. Hello, Suzanne. She says, I almost forgot to come over. I was at Paula Mitt's birthday party. Hello, everyone. Well, so good to have you, Suzanne. Suzanne says she thinks she said paper. Dora says, I've missed a little bit. Tiffany says, I forgot to go back and answer. I usually start with paper. Zach says, I forgot what I said. Well, I hope you guys are filling the poll out in the chat on that. I will, Samantha. I am running behind. I have had my own little family drama, and I'm not going to bring it into the channel, but it's been a rough week, but I will get them in there. It is in my notes, but thank you for the reminder. I started to do it while the video was playing, but I was doing all that other stuff, so I didn't get over there. I know, right, Suzanne? She is amazing. Right? Tasha did do a great job on that doll outfit. And yes, Sonja's bookmarks. I would love to make some bookmarks myself, especially now that I'm getting a little bit more feel with this crochet thread with the mystery make along. And Doris is asking Sonja if she has a pattern for her bookmarks. I'm not sure that Sonja is here tonight, Doris, but I can certainly let her know that you asked. And Doris, I haven't forgotten you. I am still working on the Joy sweaters, so I don't have my final patterns written for either one. But as soon as I do, you will be the first to let me know if you want the adult sizes or the children's sizes. Don't tell me now because I won't remember, but I will definitely reach out to you. And then I've got those that have agreed to be a pattern tester for me already. Those are written down as well. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome in. If you guys are just now coming into the chat, drop 2 words, the word envelope and frozen. You can see both those words up on the screen. And I think I'm getting close to the bottom of the chat. And let me just share again for the envelope word. If you are the winner that is chosen, if you are not in the United States, I can work out a monetary gift for you through Amazon or Cash App or PayPal. But if you don't have those, then I will need you to either let me spin again or you'll need to pay it forward, because unfortunately, I am having a hard time shipping in just the United States. Like I shared earlier, I sent 6 little tiny tea bags for basically $9. And so I definitely would not be able to afford to ship outside of the United States. The only income I have is what you guys give me on the channel, and that's what I put into giving the giveaways and sending out the shipping costs. So unfortunately, with no job, I cannot do it out of the United States. So I apologize for that. Suzanne says, I didn't even think about you may not have power, Cynthia. Stay safe and warm, everyone. Yes, yes. Hello, Mateo. Welcome in. And Lacey Lavender is here. You guys, if you're just coming in, we're about to pick a winner in the chat with the word envelope. So go ahead and drop that, and also drop the word frozen. I do encourage you to drop it several times, as Nightbot does keep up with every comment that you make. And those comments result in extra entries on January's giveaway wheel. Okay, I think I am at the bottom. Oh, thank you. I would love to be a tester for the Joy Sweater if you need another. Doris, you're at the top of the list. You are the first one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each tester if they want the adult sizes or the children's sizes, because both patterns are a little bit different and they will be eventually sold differently. All right. Suzanne says, if you want to give tea and you have Amazon Prime, having tea shipped by Amazon might be cheaper. And that's what I shared earlier, Suzanne, that I would rather just send y'all the whole thing, because more than likely I can send you a whole box or canister of tea for less than $9, because I do pay the extra to have Amazon Prime. So it does not cost me for shipping to most places. There are a few things that do sometimes cost, even though you have Amazon Prime, but to just send it through the mail, no, that was crazy. Those were too thin, too tiny, and definitely not worth sending for $9. Not that it wasn't worth sending to Margie. It was. What I'm saying is there wasn't hardly anything there. So, but, okay. With that, we are at the bottom of the chat. So let's do this. Let's go find out who our chat winner is. Then we'll go ahead and draw our third entry winner. And while we're doing that, whoever wins from the chat, if you will, I need you to give me a number. These are the numbers: 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. What is it? It's probably easier to do. 3, 5, 7, and 10 have already been chosen. 3, 5, 7, and 10 are out. All right, here we go. Our chat winner is... Thank you, Samantha, for those emojis. It's going to help. It's Jen Reeves. Congratulations, Jen. Jen, you are our chat winner. So you need to either give me the number 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, or 9. All right. So while Jen is giving me one of those numbers, let's switch over here and go draw our third extra entry winner. And our third extra entry winner is going to be, oh, here we go. Mateo. Congratulations, Mateo. So for the word frozen, if you are a winner, that is to get an extra entry on January's Tea Party giveaway wheel that we will select winners in February. All right. Let me come over to the chat and see if we got a number from Jen. And she chose envelope number 9. Oh, let me take that down. All right. She chose number 9. So let's see what's in number 9. Ooh. She gets to choose a furl streamline hook. So let me go grab those. I think there's a couple in here that she might get to choose from because I don't think we've given them all away. No, we have not. So she has the choice. I can't believe I just stuck my goodie basket in front of y'all. Y'all might have got some apples there. All right, so I have 3. And I'm trying not to tear these boxes. I've already torn the tip of one. All right, so so let me pull all 3 hooks out, and that way she can see them better. 2 of them are like the resin, and then one of them is a wooden furl streamline hook. Okay. Oh, that one, the little tab came off with it. Well, maybe I'm just going to have to leave that on there. I'm going to let the winner, whoever eventually wins this, pull it off. All right, so the 2 resin ones I have, one is this red color, and that is a 6.5 millimeter hook. And then I have a 4.5 in this purple. It's called a G+. Well, I'm not doing very good here. There you go. It's a G+. And it's got purples and some pinks and a little bit of blue down in here. And then I have a 6 millimeter furls, and it is in all bamboo. And hopefully you can see that that's a J. All right. So one of those is yours. So you can either say red, purple, or bamboo. Let me go to the chat and see if she has answered. And she wants the purple one. Let me make sure this is the purple one, and it is. All right. And Jen, I'll do my best to get it ready to go out in tomorrow's with all these packages behind me, so you don't have to wait till next week. All right. And there was not a scratch off card in there, so that is all of our winners for tonight. And so I will be handing all of these envelopes back over to Mr. Joyful, and he will put them together for me. And it'll be up to him if he leaves scratch off cards in the same envelope, but I think I might encourage him to mix them around. So, all right. Let me just check on the chat here. Thank you, Jen. And Laura says she loves her choice. Zach says Pam did not go live tonight. I'm sure they're getting hit pretty hard with this weather over there in Tennessee. All right, let's see what else we got. I think we've done everything. I don't really have any items to show because all of my projects are channel projects, and you've already seen on the post, if you've been over to the community post, you've seen my update on the mystery make along. You've seen my update on the Harvest Friendship blanket. I will be showing that in its entirety as soon as I get it finished. As many people know, the last 3 weeks of December where I was supposed to be working on it. After God told me to make this project one of my designs, I got very, very sick with a UTI and pneumonia, and luckily came back from that. And but unfortunately, I didn't get to start it until like literally days before it went live to the Joy team. So I am actually at the middle of the blanket right now. So I'm hoping to get more of it done. And as soon as I get it finished, I will be showing it to the entire channel, what we're doing. But again, a reminder, not only are my updates over there on the community post, but they're also sending in their pictures so you can see their updates. My only other project is the Joy sweaters that I'm working on, and that airs with the Crafts of the Heart that comes out on Saturdays. And I did just start a scarf for Trayvon, but literally I have like 5 rows done, so nothing worth really showing. So I will show you that progress next Thursday. And with that, I think I've gone through everything. So we just need to keep selecting our entry winners. So again, if you have and if you haven't already typed the word frozen in, go ahead and type frozen. I did check and we did not have any super sticker super chats tonight, so I won't be able to give away anything extra. And that is okay. Oh yes, thank you, Suzanne, for reminding me about the poll. See, in my mind, I already clicked it off because I pulled it up. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. So while you guys are typing in frozen, let me go over here and pull up YouTube and take a look at the poll, and we'll close it. But not until we read it. Okay. All right. So, and let me know in the chat right now, since nobody answered over on the community post, let me know in the chat. Type in rock, paper, or scissors. Which one is your go-to motion? Let me know in the chat. Rock, paper, or scissors. All right, 45% of you in the chat said rock, 27% said paper, and 27% said scissors. All right, I am going to reveal the answer. There's not a way for me to put the poll up on the screen, is there? No, it only allows me to end it, but y'all, I guess y'all can see it. Okay. If you, let me read what you guys are writing first. Let me see what you guys are writing first. There we go. Gloria says hers is rock. Margie said rock. Samantha said rock. Tiffany said paper. Zach says it depends, but probably rock. Rebecca says rock. Doris says rock. Wanda says rock. Candy says rock. Angela says paper. Jennifer says scissors. This is so exciting to see. Thank you guys for answering. Angela says paper. Jennifer says, what is the word envelope for? It was for a chat giveaway that we did, and Jen was the winner, and she won that Furl Streamline hook. Lacey says rock. Laura says rock. Mariana says paper. So mostly rock and paper, with rock being the most answers in the chat. Suzanne says, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. Angela says, Lucia says rock. Hey, Lucia. Miss you. Tiffany says, I beat almost all of you. Laugh out loud, just teasing, right? Because paper takes rock. Okay. All right, y'all can go back to writing frozen. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. So 45% in the chat said rock, and then 27% said paper and scissors. All right. I am going to reveal the answer. And it will be airing over on the community post in 6 minutes, but you guys are going to get to see the answer here first. And I just got to scroll up here for just a moment. And I'm still seeing the same percentage on that poll that I asked you about where I need your feedback. So please make sure you go over there and answer that. You can't miss it. It's got those bright, shiny microphones flashing back and forth saying feedback, please. I really, really would love to have your feedback on that. All right. Go over to scheduled so I can pull it up. And are you ready? If you were the percentage in the chat that voted 45% for rock, that is the correct answer. The answer is rock. In the game rock, paper, scissors, which motion is my go-to pick? And it is rock. Mr. Joyful said he thought it would be scissors because I'm so crafty. And I'm like, nope. Rock is a more personal. It doesn't even have anything to do with rock, papers, or scissors. But I chose rock because from a spiritual perspective, I choose to try to always stand on the rock, which means I try to always keep God as my foundation. So rock was my answer and always has been, even since I was a child. So if you said rock, that is the correct answer. And congratulations to you. I do appreciate you doing these polls with me. I think it's fun. Again, it's an opportunity for me to not only get to know you, but for you to get to know little things about me. All right. And already out on the post is the one for next week. So let me scroll through here so I don't show you the answer ahead of time. But here is your poll for next Thursday. So you can go over and answer it. Several people have already started answering, but it is Tea Party poll number 17. And it says, I watched all the cartoons below as a child and loved them all. Which one is my favorite, even now as an adult? And then I put share in a comment below for an extra entry, your favorite cartoon. It does not have to be one listed below. And then next week, I will also share a few of my favorite cartoons at the tea party that are not in the poll. And I've already gone through and got those. And I think there's like about 5 or 6 that I'll be sharing with y'all. So the 4 that you get to choose between is Super Friends, Bugs Bunny, Popeye, or Tom and Jerry. And I can see some have already voted, and 33% said Bugs Bunny and 67% said Tom and Jerry. So I will reveal that answer next week. But that is your Tea Party poll for next week. So I hope you will go over and respond and drop your answer in the chat, because the only way to get an extra entry is to answer on the poll. Over here in the chat during the tea party is just for fun. All right, let's go pick our last 2 entry winners, and then we'll be done for the night. I appreciate y'all being here. So if you haven't dropped Frozen in the chat, go ahead real quick. But here we go. Your 4th extra entry for the tea party wheel is Samantha. Congratulations. And our final extra entry for the tea party wheel for January is Jen. Congratulations. All right, so an extra entry is going on the wheel for Mariana, Angela, Mateo, Samantha, and Jen. And then congratulations again to Heidi, Connie, and Jen for being our winners tonight. I will do my best to get all of your things out in the mail tomorrow, as long as I have all of your contact information. I do have Jen's already. I do need Heidi's, and I do have Connie's. Oh, wait, Connie needs to get in touch with me and make sure that her email address is the same as her Amazon, because she won the Amazon giveaway card or gift card. All right. So I definitely need to hear from Heidi and Connie. And Heidi, if I hear from you tonight, I will be able to get your stuff out in the mail tomorrow. And when Connie gets in touch with me, I'll be able to get that over to her right away. All right. So congratulations to them. And I think that's it. What another great night. Again, just a reminder, we have movie night tomorrow night. Hope you'll come join us. All right. Let me see if there's anyone else I need to love on real quick that might have come in, or if anyone has a comment I need to share. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Angela sent me. So let's see. So bear with me. Thank you. Thank you. I did get it sent over to my email. Let me go pull my email up. Thank you, because I had forgotten. Oh, and Angela sent me the pictures of the keychains. I will share those out next Thursday in the video. All right. Here is the picture that Zach sent me. It's taken at night, but look at all that snow. Look at that snow building up on that tree there. Oh my goodness. Their whole porch and steps are completely covered. That's it down here. You can't even see the steps. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of snow. And see, for us, that would probably be, I would say, 98% ice here on the East Coast. So thank you, Zach, for reminding me, and thank you for sharing that. All right. Let me just check the comments. Oh, thank you so much, Angela. I've had a great time too, and I do appreciate y'all being here. And yes, everyone stay safe. Thank you, Wanda. Excuse me, Mariana. I had a great time too. What throws me is the crochet at the beginning. I'm so used to Wanda saying crochet, but now I got to get used to another one, and I'm grateful to be able to do that. Suzanne says, be careful with the storm. Have a safe week, everyone. Yes, yes. And a reminder again, if for some reason we lose power or something, I will do my best to say that the live has been canceled. But just know that if we're not here 10, 15 minutes after 7 tomorrow, then that means we can't come on. But we're going to pray for movie night. Suzanne says, Zach has snow. All right. Right? Dora says, wow. Gloria says, wow. Zach says, we need to shovel in the morning. Bless your heart. Is it still coming down, Zach? Oh my gosh. Bless your heart. Tiffany says, wow, Zach, stay inside and stay warm. Yes. Margie says, wow, that's a lot, Zach. It is. Jen says, Zach, you keep it all. I'm jumping on Jen's bandwagon. Yes, yes, you keep it all. Hello, Terry. Welcome in. Nugs. So good to see you. Yes, Mariana. Thank you so much. Everyone, do stay warm and stay safe. Zach says, but Jen, I thought sharing was caring. Except for when it comes to snow. Suzanne says, charge everything, including an old phone you could use to make an emergency call. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. We've already got candles that we've pulled out. We are getting all set up. My thing is, I'm hoping we don't need none of it. Angela says she's got her shovels and ice melt ready. I hear you, my friend. Oh, wow. Zach says it is definitely still snowing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Bless your heart. Be careful. And Jennifer says, how do I get in movie night? I also sent you a picture of my yard. You emailed it. I'll go pull it up. And movie night, just come here just like you did for the tea party. It is in, it's through YouTube. Now, I showed the episode for tomorrow night tonight. And the way to get into that is I have to send you a Zoom link. But once I know you want to come, I'll send it and you'll automatically receive it every Thursday morning. So is that your request to receive that link, Jennifer? If so, I will add you to the list because I do have your email already. So if you want to be included in the watch party, which happens on Thursday nights before the tea party, then I can start sending you that link next Thursday. But you just have to say yes or no in the chat. All right, let me go pull up hers real quick. Let's see. Oh, I don't see it in my email. Did you send it through Messenger? How did you send it? Thank you, Jen. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nightbot. Says, welcome in, Terry. So happy to have you in the chat. Thanks for coming to the Joyful House today. Thank you, Suzanne. Yes. Anytime I show something, whether it's the watch party for movie night, whether it is Real Delight on Friday night, which is the first Friday night of every month, we do a movie in the Zoom room. And then every Sunday, I show an episode of The Chosen. And when The Chosen is done, then we'll go to only once a month, and I'll show a Christian movie once a month on Sundays. But all of that has to be done in my Zoom room. I cannot do it on YouTube or through StreamYard because of copyright. And so, of course, I don't sell anything, so that keeps me in the legal rights. But I just can't broadcast it. So I have to do it in my private Zoom room. And I only send links to those that are interested. But once you sign up, then for each series, you automatically get those links every time. And then when a series ends, you have to re-sign up. And then for Friday nights, when we show the movies the first Friday of the month, you have to send me an email requesting those. Because not every movie does everybody want to come to. And that's kind of like my permission to send you the email. It's kind of like the link is your movie ticket. Samantha says she put her vote for Rock on that poll. Wow, Lacey. She says they're saying 8 to 13 inches for us, and it was 5 to 8. You guys be so careful. Oh, please be careful. You want to come, I will sign you up, and starting next Thursday, you will receive the emails to come to Call the Midwife. Oh, you said email. Oh, I see it. It came through. It came through. Okay. Wow. So I'm trying to see what I'm looking at right here. Okay, there's the picture there. Let me share this. So this is the snow where Jennifer's at, and they've got a pretty good bit of snow too. Thank goodness I've actually seen real snow when I was a missionary in Michigan. Otherwise, I mean, my own kids have not, well, they have now because they have gone with their dad up north. when it snowed, and they have seen real snow. For us here on the East Coast, we don't really get snow. It is more of an ice mixture. So it's not as fun. Not as fun and not as fluffy. Definitely not best for making snow cones. Oh, we do. We do, Wanda. What a great idea. So you guys, if you don't have water, so Mr. Joyful buys me them big old jumbo packs of water because I like drinking the bottles. That's what I pour into my little tea pitcher too, is the bottled water. Zach says, can I get the link for the movie on Sunday? Yes, let me add this to my clipboard so I don't forget. I love this dry erase clipboard. So Jennifer for Thursday and Zach for Sunday. And both of you, I always send those links out on the day of at 11 a.m. that day, Eastern Standard Time. I schedule them. So like tonight, I'll go ahead and put those links in and they'll automatically be scheduled to come to you on the appropriate day. So Zach, you'll get one this Sunday, and Jennifer, you'll get your first one on Thursday. Lacey says, I am not going anywhere. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. We're planning to stay put here. In fact, I'm going to share a quick story with y'all real quick about Michael's. I understand. Yes, yes, Margie. She says, Jennifer, be careful. And Zach says, Jennifer, keep that there. Terry says, hi, Samantha. Wait a minute. As a child, I was told boys' names are spelled with the Y. I'm an IE. Yes, Terry is an IE. Lacey says, I feel so bad for my little friends outside. They're going to wake up to snow. Oh. Doris says, my kiddos really wanted snow this year. I'm actually glad we haven't, but the winter isn't over yet, right? The good thing is, Jennifer says, I don't have to get out in this, but my husband does for work. Well, I'm happy that Todd told me. Todd will get off early tomorrow morning. He only goes in for a couple hours on Friday. And then he said that on Monday, they're already planning them to have a delayed start. But if it's bad, I'm hoping they won't make them come in at all. So this is the thing about those links, by the way, for anyone. Even if I send you the link for the watch party for movie night, or Real Delight on Friday night for the Friday night movie, or on Sunday for what we call Reel It In Sunday, they automatically come to you, so you don't have to request them every week, because I know I would never remember. But I send them. If you can come, great. But if you can't, it's understandable. Come as you can. But for something like The Chosen, just know that it's a series, or Call the Midwife, it's a series. So if you miss one, you may not quite understand what happens in the next. But there's no pressure. You just come as you can, because life happens and things come up. And again, we will have it this Sunday as long as I have power. I'm banking that I'm going to have power. Samantha asked Jennifer where she's at. And Zach says, I'm glad Mom has a stockpile in the basement. I thought she was crazy at first, but if we can't make it to the store, at least we have food. Smart mom. You have a great mom. Wanda says, I found out this week that if you use a voucher at Michael's, you'll lose the sales prices. So pay attention and figure out which is going to give you the better deal. Let me try and make sure I'm understanding what you just said. I found out this week that if you use a voucher, are you referring to your reward voucher? At Michael's, you will lose the sales prices. So pay attention and figure which is going to give you the better deal. I do know this. Let me finish the chat and then we're going to come over to Michael's, because Michael's and I have been round and round since last Saturday. I hope you can make it too, Laura. Jennifer says, my husband goes in at 3:30 a.m. Ooh, that's like during the dangerous times, dark and snow. And being a truck driver, he has 8 deliveries and it's for milk. And then after is heading out to Indiana. Bless his heart. Let's definitely keep him in our prayers. Terry says, thanks, Wanda. Michael's keep offering me vouchers. All right. Jennifer says she's in Michigan. Oh, you're in Michigan. Huh. Well, I know I have your information, but my brain, it doesn't retain information like that. I was a missionary in Michigan for a little while when I was younger. All right. Lacey says, I have lots of food and I'm thankful for that, right? Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne, for the prayers for everyone. Okay, real quick. This is my Michael story, and then we'll get off of here. So many of you know I shop Michael's every month because, well, almost every month, because now with the mystery make-alongs, we sometimes go longer than a month. And right now, the project we're working on, we're going to be on it for a good minute. So I was ordering from Michael's every month between the mystery make-along, because back in the day, I used to get enough yarn to give the winner, because everybody has an opportunity to win a kit for the mystery make-along. And so back then, I was purchasing all the yarn, and I would purchase the yarn needed in 3, meaning that they could have 3 options to choose from. The winner would get to choose from 3 different colorways. Well, I quit doing that because I was ending up with a bunch of yarn back there in the craft room, and there's not supposed to be yarn in the craft room. The craft room is all for doing tutorials and just sitting and relaxing, but I was getting overflowed by yarn, and that's also my guest room. So if anyone comes over, they're snuggling down with yarn. And so I managed to finally divvy out that yarn because it was getting overwhelming. Now I just give them a cash prize, and they get to go buy everything they need. But anyway, and now we do 1 big winner and 2 small winners. So 3 different people get help getting the items they need. But anyway, so I was shopping Michael's every single month. For 2.5 years, I debated whether to get a credit card. I'm not a big credit card person. I finally broke down and I got the credit card because you get not 3% back on every purchase, but you get 6%. And I thought, okay, the fact that I am buying yarn every month for the mystery make-along, for projects, and for giveaways, that 6% would help out. And of course, all that was back when I still had a job before my health took the turn. And so all of that was great. Well, on top of that, they offer 3 discounts. They offer military, they offer school teacher, and they offer, if you're over a certain age, they like to call it senior citizen, but I certainly don't feel like a senior citizen. So I'm just going to say of a certain age. And that's 15% off for either one of those. So I not only got the 15% off of whatever I got, but I also got the extra 3% until I went to the credit card and got 6%. That's what brings out the reward vouchers. Now, if you don't have the credit card, you still get the 3% back, and that accumulates into those reward vouchers. And so, being honest, the only reason I shop with Michael's is because of that reward system. That they're giving me a little bit back for shopping at their store. Now, many of you know I was hands down an AC Moore girl, okay? I have a little section back there on that wall that is my priceless AC Moore yarn that I do plan on using. I bought it to use and I plan to use it. Just didn't have the time, but I do now. I love AC Moore. When they closed, I was truly devastated. So then we had Michael's and we have Hobby Lobby and we had Joann's. Well, let's fast forward this. Joann's is closed. Michael bought out both AC Moore and a lot of Joann's. I have been waiting for Michael's to step up to the plate and be that bomb diggity of craft stores. but they're not. When it comes to brick and mortar, Hobby Lobby is hands down better than Michael's. They have a bigger selection of colors. They have a bigger selection of yarn weight, and not just with yarn, but all of their craft supplies. Hobby Lobby has a bigger selection of everything, from buttons to thread to fabric to you name it, wood to beads to charms to storage containers. I mean, they're just better. Now, prices might be a little bit higher at Hobby Lobby than Michael's, but I can justify it because I can go in and pretty much walk out with what I need. With Michael's, I find myself oftentimes settling or making something work because I have little to choose from. And I've been very vocal. A lot of times when I walk into Michael's now, they know I'm the YouTube girl, or YouTube lady is what they call me. And so anyway, let's now fast forward to Saturday. I have the credit card now, and it offers 6% back when you get stuff. So every month I have almost, without a doubt, always somewhere between $15 to $20 off in a voucher. And to me, I don't let it go to waste, because it's, to me, literally like putting a $15 or $20 in the trash can. Now, if I get to a point that I cannot use it, and some of you can vouch for me because you've been the recipient, I will call up somebody and I'll say, hey, you going to Michael's anytime soon? You need to go to Michael's? Here's my email address. I want you to have my voucher. Okay. So Saturday comes. I do need a little bit more yarn for the Harvest Friendship blanket. And because they have the buy two, get one free, I thought now would be a great time for me to take advantage and get the yarn for the next sweater that I'll be doing for Mr. Joyful, probably next fall or winter. So I was going to go ahead and get it. Well, because you've got to spend $49 to get free shipping, I was going to buy more yarn, because I'd rather put that shipping money into yarn and get free shipping and get my $8 to $12 shipping as yarn. Anyway, so I fill my basket up. I have my little 15% off that I normally get. I have my voucher, and we have buy two, get one free. Well, I noticed that the moment I started putting 3 of everything in my basket, which was frustrating, by the way, because if you buy a product in the store, I could buy 2 of one color and 1 of another color to make my 3, and it would count as 3. Online, that wasn't the case. You had to put 3 identical of the same color in your basket in order for it to count. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. So I've done that. I've got my order, but all of a sudden my 15% is gone. So I decide, before I hit fully checkout, I call the hotline to talk to them about this. And they're trying to tell me that online, if you have any kind of deal, whether it's 20% or 30% off one regular price item, you either have to choose that or your 15%. You cannot have both. And I said, that's crazy, because I can drive over an hour, 2 hours round trip, and walk into the store, and I can get my discount. I can use my voucher, and I can get my 15% off. But now I've spent gas money to do a 2-hour round trip. So that's why I prefer to do it online. So I'm saving in all areas. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I said, well, first off, I said, we're going to keep this conversation joyful. I kid you not. I did. I always do that. I always put my joyful in there. I said, because number one, this incident is above your pay grade. And so I want you to know that in no way am I holding you at fault. No way am I blaming you. And no way am I expecting you to make a change. But I know that this is being recorded, and I am asking you to send it to whoever you need to, whatever department that listens to these recorded phone calls. Well, in the end, she told me she would do it with urgency. And I said, it really doesn't matter, because at this point, I am either going to go into the brick and mortar and get what I need to use that voucher and never step foot in there again, cancel my credit card, or I will call a friend and I'll say, hey, here's a $20 voucher. I want you to go use it. But I said, honestly, I'm done with Michael's. And I said, I'm telling you another reason why I'm upset and done with y'all. I filled out survey after survey after survey. Michael's should be able to stand on its own as a brick and mortar store. Online, brick and mortar as well. Number 2, you bought out AC Moore. Number 3, you bought out Joann's and brought that all in as products under Michael's. But when you shop online, you might buy something and put it in your basket, but you're actually buying it from a third-party store. You're not buying it from Michael's. So it does not count towards your $49 to free shipping, $49 to free shipping. You still have to pay shipping to that third-party store. And my question is Michael's in so much jeopardy that they have to bring third parties in under their name to support them? Because I don't think that's the case, but that's what they're doing. So either Michael's is the next to go bankrupt, or Michael's is greedy and wants the money but doesn't deliver the product. Because when I do go in the brick and mortar, a lot of times your shelves are empty and you may only have 1 or 2 yarns of the same type. And some of the colors, they're just not existent. Used to be you could open up those black little drawers underneath or look up top. And half the time in my Michael's, the black drawers are empty. In fact, some of the Michael's in South Carolina, they've actually sealed those that they don't even open anymore. So it's kind of crazy. And I told him, I said, the only reason I shop with you is the reward program. For someone who's unemployed, it helps me be able to get what I need from a personal level and also for my channel, because I'm a YouTube content creator. Now I said, it's no one's business that I do make a little bit of money from YouTube, but it's barely over $100 a month. That barely covers giveaways and shipping cost. So all the money I get from YouTube, I put back into my channel. So being able to get these discounts that I'm qualified for, I expect to get them. But when I don't, I feel like Michael's is not working on integrity. And then again, when you add all these third parties, there's just so many different things that just puts a bad taste. And I said, your business is not good for my business. And so at this point, I'm in the business of closing off my account with you and only shopping at Hobby Lobby as a brick and mortar, and then online. And I started listing Hirschner's, Mary Maxim, Lion Brand. And she said, I am taking notes as well as this is being recorded. And again, I reminded her I was not frustrated with her. My voice was calm the whole time. And she says, well, what if just today I offer you a 15% discount? Because that's really what initiated the call. And I said, I appreciate that. But I said, that is a one-time thing for something that I am supposed to get all the time. And I said, it shouldn't matter if you're offering a special. This is my benefit. And when you offer a special to everyone should get that, regardless of their benefit. Okay. So she asked me again, well, do you want to go ahead and place that order today? And I said, no, I'm not going to be placing that order. I'm not going to be placing that order at all. And I meant it. Now, I did talk to Todd, and we were going to drive in to Michael's on Saturday. My mom is like freaking out. My gosh, the weather's going to be bad. The weather's going to be bad. Don't go, don't go. I reassured her I'm not going. Yesterday, I did a pop-up live with the Eagles, and right before I went on, I got this text message from Michael's. And guess what? I asked Todd to go look because Todd has his own Michael's account. Because yes, every possible way I can save to be able to give back to the channel, I do, not to mention for my own personal use. Because again, I don't touch the YouTube money. Hands down, I swear to you, I do not touch y'all's money. I put it back into y'all. He did not get the same text message that I got. When you click on this text message, it actually offers you, I can show it to you if it'll come in clear. It offers me 15% off my entire order, sales items or regular items. And he did not get it. But wait, there's more. I think Michael's heard me. Now, I've been filling out these surveys, and they've been reaching out to me with not just the regular surveys, but I've actually gotten I don't know what to call it. I've heard from the actual manager at the Michael's location that I go to most of the time. And they've been asking me for pretty much the last 6 months to come in and actually teach classes in their Michael's classroom. And I think that's because of the gals up front that know me as the YouTube lady. Because I'll show them pictures on my phone that I've taken because I take pictures so I can put them on Facebook. So they see a lot of what I make. But anyway, okay, that's not it. Let me keep scrolling. Here we go. All right, here we go. Michael's, yay. Bonus coupon for your next purchase. Hurry, it expires soon. And it does. It expires on the 25th. I got it yesterday on, what was that, the 22nd? Or is today the 22nd? Today's the 22nd. I got it on the 21st. So it expires on the 25th. So it's only good for 4 days. Let me click on it. I'm just going to show you this part because it does give me a code. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yep, you can. 15% off entire purchase, including sales, and it expires January 25th. Now, if you are a Michael's person and you got that, please let me know, because right now, since Todd didn't get it, he got one for 20% off one regular item, which I got that too. To me, it looks like Michael's reached out to me to appease me, but they didn't stop there. And I don't know if this is everybody. So again, if you have a Michael's card, please let me know, because I'm truly wanting to know, because right now I was serious. Michael's was done receiving my business. But they've moved my percentage that I receive on that Michael's card to 9%. So no longer 6%, but I get 9% back. And I am really curious to know if that was just mine or if that's everybody that has a Michael's card. So if you happen to have a Michael's card, please let me know if your percentage is still 6% or if it's now 9%. So I am going to tell you that I told Todd we do not have to go to Michael's Saturday. We do not have to get out into this crazy weather, because I am going to purchase that order. I didn't clear out my cart because I wanted to make sure in the store I could get the specific items that I was looking for from my cart. But basically, I got the 15%. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to get it going forward. So we're going to play this by ear. But that 9% back, yes, that's only 3%, not 15%. But to me, I see them trying. And even if they've done this to everyone else, 9% if you've got a card, maybe you got a 15% off all your order, including sales items. To me, I still feel like somebody is listening and is making things happen. And every time they send me a survey, I'm going to continue to say, why third parties? Because like I told that girl on the phone, I can almost guarantee you that your biggest shoppers are probably online shoppers versus in the store brick and mortar shoppers. But I could be wrong. But the way things keep going, all of our brick and mortars are shutting down and all of our onlines are still doing well. So anyway, that's my story. My Michael's order will be here. It said on the 27th, but I did already get a text message right before this live, between watch party and this live, that my order has already been shipped. So I fully expect to get it way before the 27th. But I'm sure that has nothing to do with my conversation. I think that just has to do with the fact that it was in the warehouse and they went ahead and just got it out. But anyway, all right, so I'm going to check on the chat real quick and then we will wrap this up. But that's my Michael story. And Joy Team, I've been meaning to tell y'all that Tuesday night and then Eagles last night, but just never got there. And it's okay because it was meant for me to say it here to the whole Joy fam. So anyway, so Michael's is not quite out, but they are walking a very, very fine line, because if I'm going to be a transparent person and I'm going to live with integrity, I do expect the businesses that I shop and represent to be that as well. So otherwise I don't want to promote them. So anyway, that's my little soapbox bill. That's my opinion and nothing on anyone else, but that's just my little story. All right, let me go back up here. I think Samantha was so kind and dropped some emojis for me. And she did. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Thank you, Samantha. That was very helpful. Okay, so let's go back. So Wanda says, if there is a % off coupon, it deletes my senior discount. So that's what I'm saying. And so I will ask them at the counter, did I still get my senior discount? And they will say yes. And I will check. I will make them show me before they before they hit that button to end it out. And it is on there with the other discounts, but it's always in the store. This is not the first time that I've heard them canceling out. And this is not the first time I've placed an order online and noticed they canceled each other out. But I was so desperate to get that particular yarn in that I just had to do it. But I wasn't desperate for any of this. Do I need it? Some of it, yes. Some of it is just buying to get that free shipping. But anyway, so I agree with Wanda, back up to her comment before, whether you're doing it online, especially online, or in the store, just watch for it. And don't be afraid to ask. And then maybe they will tell you, you have to pick one or the other. And of course, if that's the case, pick the one that gives you the most back. But anyway, and I do understand that buying two and getting one free is a huge, huge discount. But that's everybody. That's everybody, whether they're a senior citizen, a teacher, or military. That's everyone, regardless if they use a Michael's card. So those that get those extra percentages for either serving the country or being a school teacher or being of a certain age that they've worked hard to get to, they shouldn't be penalized for something that's offered to everyone. Just like if you take that coupon for 30% off one regular item, that shouldn't discount that 15%. You should get the 30% off that one item. So just saying, it's principle, it's integrity. And I know for some of you, this is a whole side of me you haven't seen, but this is the business side of me. So anyway, if I'm going to work any kind of business, whether it's my channel, whether it's, a job out in the real world, I'm going to work it with integrity. So I get paid to work integrity. You are a multi-million-dollar company. So it was one of the things I loved about AC Moore too. AC Moore had that reward program and I loved it. And trust me, I had no problem meeting it every time I walked into a store. I wish I knew then what I know now, but hey, meaning what yarns I really liked and what yarn weight I really liked. But I was new to the whole craft and I was still exploring. And either way, I was still on an amazing adventure. Jennifer says, I went to Michael's and bought yarn today with the buy two, get one free. And I also went to Hobby Lobby and it was 30% off all yarn. So I got some there too. And that is the thing. That is the thing. You know, Michael's used to offer a percentage off like Hobby Lobby, but they're not consistent. Hobby Lobby is consistent. Every other week, it's 30% off. And so, yeah, I guess it's the same. You have to pick which store fills your needs the best. For me, hands down, it would be Hobby Lobby. Not to mention the customer service at Hobby Lobby is far more superior than Michael's. But with that being said, I do get great customer service at this one particular Michael's. But is it because I'm a customer? Or is it because those girls know that I'm a YouTube content creator? I don't want to be treated any different than the next person that walks in the door. Everybody should get the same customer service, period. Oh, me too, Bridget. Me too. Todd can vouch for this. I literally almost gave up the craft. I almost gave up the craft. But I'm an optimist, not a pessimist. So I was like, I'm sure somebody will take care of all my yarny needs. And they have. Anyways. And they are raising their prices. Y'all, them cakes that I love. In fact, well, I'm going to give y'all an apple. I've got several cakes over here. I got 6 of them. 2 of each color. These things, they used to be $9.99. Now they're $12.99. That's a huge jump. That's $3. Any cake of any kind. It's crazy. Anyway, Jennifer's ready for the snow. I think it's the best time to crochet or craft, right? The extra, especially making blankets, the extra weight and comfort nestle down underneath. Anyway, so even diamond painting, Hobby Lobby has so much more to choose from. Michael's has too much of what I consider junk that could be bought elsewhere. You're right, Lacey. You're right. But I will tell you, even though Hobby Lobby has a great selection of, I'm an organizer. Drives Mr. Joyful, Mr. Todd crazy. He's singing crazy. Everything has to have a place for me. I'm going to tell you what, my studio and my craft room, you would think they're from a whole different other house. Those 2 rooms are complete polar opposites of the rest of my house. I have to have everything organized and neat. But Michael's does have some of my favorite storage containers. And I do not see them at Hobby Lobby. So I really need Michael's to get on with the program because I'm a person of my word. So And I do love, there are all kinds of different other little containers that I like that I can get at Michael's that I can't get anywhere else. Oh, it's over here. And I get these and I use them for giveaways as well. I love these. I love these little containers. In fact, every time I put some containers in the traveling box of joy, I never see a single one of them by the time the box gets back to me. And that's good. But this one, I love these. I have them in 3 different colors. And for my own projects, well, this one's holding some hooks, but I have probably at least 8 of these myself. I have some in a teal color. I have them in this blue color, and I've got some, I think they're in pink. But I love these boxes. They're perfect for holding my hook, my scissors, my darning needle, stitch markers, whatever I need for that particular project. And I usually stick one in with each project. I love them. I only have seen them at Michael's. So they have quality little stuff, but they also sell things that I just feel like, you know, I could go over to the Dollar Tree and get. I don't feel that way with Hobby Lobby. But anyway, I'm not really here to bash Michael's to Hobby Lobby or Hobby Lobby to Michael's. I wanted to just share that Michael's experience because, one, I'm looking for accountability, but 2, I'm just standing on my principles. Tiffany says, yes, usually when I shop, Michael's is for convenience. I prefer Hobby Lobby for many things. Terry says, yes, it's easy for me to not buy anything at Michael's. Then I wonder why I bothered going in. And that has been a comment of Todd's. Why did we come in here? I'm like, just be happy I walked out with nothing. But most of the time, that's been probably just a couple times. But most of the time I do walk out with something, even if it's just one item. But because a lot of times I was getting stuff, like I said, for the mystery make along kits, and I was building them gradually. But now I do like the fact of just sending straight cash to the winner, because then they can actually get what they want. And a lot of times the money that I send is more than what they need for the project items, so they can splurge a little and buy a little joy as well. And if they have what they need in their own stash, well, then they can buy a lot of joy with what they want because they want it. So anyway. Jennifer says, I do those too, Samantha, along with the latch hooks and etch glass, but last few years, having 3 neck surgeries from 2023, I don't etch right now. I love latch hooks. I haven't done them since I was a child, and I've never gotten into the diamond painting. But hello, Nancy. Welcome in. Nancy, we're having a big Michael's discussion. I don't know how long you've been here, but anyway, so good to see you, my friend. It's awesome to have you here in the Joyful House. Nancy, if you will, make sure you drop the word joy. That's a wonderful channel, you guys. If you've never been over to Nancy's house, definitely go check her out. And if you're part of her family, always make sure you leave some joy thumbs on her videos and lives. Suzanne says, that means shopping elsewhere. Won't deal with that. And I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice, but I do. There are so many other online places that I can shop from. I do prefer most of the time. Might actually finish my tea in the tea party. Being able to touch the yarn. I like to smell it. I like to feel it. But if I bought it before and I know what it is, I have no problem going and getting it offline. But if it's something new, I do want to get it in the store. So that's why I am grateful there are still brick and mortar stores. And I hope that there are always brick and mortar stores. But that's why at one point in time, I really thought about opening my own. Now, it wouldn't be a brand name like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or AC Moore or Joann's. You know, it would have just been Cynthia's Joyful Creations in the little nook of Newberry, South Carolina, with a little area that you could come in and crochet. And it would be just like a little yarn barn, but so it'd be more like a boutique than a store. But that is not where God wants me, I have come to realize. So I need brick and mortar stores because I do like to go in and feel the yarn. Suzanne says, so Michael's has a marketplace too. I did not know that. Yes, they do. And you can actually sell your stuff on the marketplace. And that was one of the things that the manager asked me about when they were asking me if I would come in and do classes. And I told them that I am interested, very interested in doing that in the future. But right now I'm not in a place that I told them that I'm living at home. My mother-in-law is living at home with us and she requires full-time care right now. And since my husband is the only breadwinner, I have to be at home with her. But it would be something that I could possibly consider doing on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. But right now that's not my desire because that is my only time with Todd. So maybe down the road when circumstances are different. But they did ask me if I would consider selling some of my stuff on the marketplace. And I told them I would get back with them, that I am in the process of possibly opening up my own website or Etsy store. And right now, if I do that, that's pretty much where I would prefer to sell my stuff. But doesn't mean that you can't go and shop and buy somebody else's stuff. So yes, if you guys like making things, consider that. Consider selling it through their marketplace. I know, Jennifer, we've been on here way longer than I would have ever imagined. But I do thank y'all for having this discussion with me. She says she's going to head out. She's getting tired. And Terry says, yes, I pull those drawers also. Yeah, I would too, especially if they were low on something and I wanted more. I would go looking for them. And sometimes I would be received well from the employees there. And other times, they would be like, those are not for customers to go through. You need to call us if you're looking for something. But anyway, it just, I guess, varied from store to store. But anyway, Suzanne says, I know Walmart and Amazon have a lot of marketplace sellers. Was not aware of Michael's having one. Yes, they do. So I'm glad that you're now aware of that. Thank you guys for loving Jennifer out. Y'all are so great. All right. Let's see. And thank you guys. Y'all are still welcoming Nancy in. Thank you for that. So Terry said she did not get a text from Michael's with 15% off. So I'm feeling like that girl did what she said and she expedited my whole conversation and she took notes to whatever department needed. And I feel like they probably reached out to me. Terry says she does not have the credit card. Jen says she does not have their card. And then Suzanne says, thanks for letting us know, Cynthia. And Wanda says, mine was in store. And then Suzanne says, that stinks, Wanda. Not sure what that was about. Margie says she doesn't have the card either. Good night, Samantha. Thank you for being here. And Wanda says, I may have gotten a text. I don't remember. If I'm not planning on going, I just delete the text. Okay. And she says she does not have the card either. Honestly, the only reason I got it was because I was buying from them almost every month for the mystery make-alongs, and I was buying 3 sets of each project each time for you guys. As you know, back then when we started, it's hard to believe we've been doing this almost 2 years. Come May, I think it is. May will be 2 years. We've been doing the mystery make-alongs. And if you remember back then, I gave y'all options. Sometimes I even had 5 options. But anyway, now I like it. It's a lot easier just to send y'all the money. But anyway, Tiffany says on the website, it says that if you apply for the card, you get 9% in rewards. So they went up. But that's okay because I feel like they're listening. I feel like they're listening. She says, well, on the app, I don't know if there's a difference between the app and the actual website. No, they're the same because I have both. Wanda says, and my Michael's is trying to go all self-checkout. I don't like that either. Wow. I'll tell you, if I go to walk up to a self-checkout and those girls are not with a customer, they beg me to come over there. They don't want me going through the self-checkout. And it's great because that's great customer service. It's engaging with the customer. But, and Wanda met, you know what, Wanda, you got to meet one of those gals. In fact, I shared with the Joy Fam a picture when Wanda was here visiting one time and we were at Michael's of Wanda, myself, and one of the cashiers. So anyway, so Wanda got to experience that whole experience with me. Margie says, my Michael's has the self-checkout as well, Wanda. Ours have both. Usually they have 2 cashiers and the rest are self-checkout. Jen says, I like cake, vanilla, carrot, not too much chocolate though. Todd says, cake. Nancy says, we were in the 40s earlier this week. Today's high was in the 80s, so no cold weather for us this weekend. Well, praise the Lord for that. I am so happy for you. Maybe we need to go. Oh, he's not listening anymore. I would say we're coming to you, Nancy. I am not looking forward to this winter storm, but grateful we don't have to go anywhere. And I just hope my parents' generator works for them. Otherwise, we will be heading over there. Wanda says, on my last row on my sweater before seaming it together, then onto the sleeves. That's exciting. Jen says, what is your favorite storage containers? So they are the ones, they're kind of like a mint green. And you have the bottom base, and you can use just the bottom base. And then you can buy separately a little tray that can go in them. And then they have a top that goes over them. And I have not seen those at Hobby Lobby or anything quite similar to that. But those are my faves. Then it used to be, and I have seen them at Hobby Lobby, they're a different brand. And I do like Michael's better, although Michael's is usually more expensive than Hobby Lobby's, believe it or not. But they're the ones that have the big case, and then they're called picture containers, and they have these multicolor rainbow little tiny square rectangular cases that go in them, and there's like maybe, I don't know, 10 or 12 in a row. But I used to buy those like crazy, and I used to keep all my buttons in them, all my charms and all that kind of stuff. But at Hobby Lobby one day on sale on the clearance, we found this big, massive like case, and it has these individual drawers, and I like those drawers so much better. So I ended up buying the one on clearance and went and bought 2 more off their website to get 3. I have 3 of them in the armoire in the craft room. And I moved all my buttons into that and all my charms for making stitch markers and for my bookmarks, not bookmarks, keychains. And I put them in those. And then I took all those containers and cases to the crochet club that I used to go to, and I let them have it, and they had a ball. But the biggest one, Jen, is those mint green ones I was telling you about. All right. Terry saying, go, Wanda. She says, I should grab a hook. I am getting ready to go do that myself. All right. Zach says, our Michael's has self-checkouts, but I won't use. I prefer a cashier. I hear you. Candy says she's off to bed. Thank you, guys. I know we've been on here late, but I've enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to kind of, I guess it's called venting, as some of you would say, but I got to get it off my chest. But I do hope Michael's steps up, because they are kind of carrying the AC Moore and Joanne's name, and they need to be proud of their business and stand for themselves and not rely on the support of other businesses. Meaning these third parties, because because Joanne's and AC Moore are no longer. But if I could wave my wand, we would have AC Moore's again. Terry says, one item here at Michael's for me is at the checkout counter. It looks suspiciously like chocolate. I usually errand run, no time for real food. I hear you. I hear you. Todd likes that counter too. He often gets things off of that that little snack counter. Candy. There's something else he gets all the time too, but it's not candy.
I don't like candy. I never tried candy.
He's saying he don't like candy. He's never tried candy. But yet he brought me some tonight.
You know, ask him what makes the best kind of cake.
What makes the best kind of cake?
Yeah. The best cake at all.
He wants me to ask y'all what makes the best kind of cake. So you guys can answer, and I'm going to keep reading the chat. Zach says, I prefer in-person shopping to online. Me too, because I like I said, feeling it. I started to say tasting it, smelling it. But sometimes for convenience, because we are so far away from all of those stores, it is easier to shop online. Laura says her only craft store close is a Michael's. Thank you guys for wishing Candy out and giving her nugs. I appreciate that. Terry says, yes, Zach, I like to make sure what I buy is soft. Especially now that I am zoning in on baby clothes, it is very important. But for most part, most of the time, for the most part, any of the 2-3 weights that I buy for making baby clothes are genuinely soft. Yes, Walmarts are the same. They have a very small select section, and a lot of theirs is Red Heart. And I am becoming a person that doesn't care for Red Heart because it's so stiff. In fact, this start of Trayvon's scarf, this is my 3rd attempt because I was using some yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree, which is Premier's Just Yarn in the black. And then, well, it's back here, one of them. Oh, well, this was Mainstay actually, but it's very hard and stiff. And usually Mainstay is soft. So Samantha, if you're still here, it might be some Mainstay I'm sending you, not just Red Heart. But anyway, it was so stiff. Well, it's in my trash. I don't know if I can dig it out. But it was so stiff, and it wasn't even working with the Premier very well. Sorry, I got a lot of envelopes. I just went through my mail, and I've got some coffee boxes because I refreshed my coffee part of the tea stand. So I'm feeling it. I'm pulling it out. Knocked a cup out. But it's so stiff. Yes, I threw this whole big piece away because it just wasn't worth it. It's just so stiff and hard. Who wants that around their neck? Nobody. Here's my first attempt, just so y'all will believe me. It's just so stiff. This is Premier, and it is a wool, but I didn't like it. And it was so stiff and rough. I was like, nah. So my 3rd time's a charm, and I'm using the Premier. And I went and got my favorite. I got my Heartland. I got it in a light gray. I went in my own stash. Oh, and I'm doing the dark gray. Where's my, oh, here it is. So I'm redoing his sweater in the black and the light and darker gray of the Heartland because I want it to be soft. So that was a conversation I wasn't meaning to get onto. Somebody brought up Walmart. That led to Red Heart. So sorry. Laura says it's to drive is a distance to Mary Maxim. Oh my gosh, you're close enough to Mary Maxim? Gel. Yarn at Walmart is the pits, Zach, says Laura. Tiffany says, my Walmart is pretty good with their yarn and other craft supplies. Michael's and Hobby Lobby are over an hour away. Now, I will say our Walmart, it doesn't necessarily have a big selection, but when it comes to the baby yarns, they are nice. And I have no problem buying a lot of my baby yarn there. But it just so happens that Michael's and Hobby Lobby have some of my favorite baby yarn. And Michael's actually has some that I just discovered. I haven't used it yet. I am waiting to use it. It's a fine light 3, and it's got like this shiny look to it. And even Todd was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see you make something with that. I'll try to remember to bring that to the next tea party. When I get off of here, I'll go pull some of that so I can show y'all what I'm talking about, because I don't remember the name of it. Like I said, it's a new yarn to me. Got to write it down or I won't remember. It is from Michael's, which is another reason I need Michael's to step up to the plate, because I haven't seen it anywhere else, but I'm sure I can go find it. But anyway, Zach says, Nancy, you can have our snow and cold. She's probably like, no, thank you, Zach. Thank you, but no, thank you. Suzanne says, no Walmart in my county either. So some Walmart yarn is more than no Walmart yarn. Sometimes being rural stinks. I hear you. Nancy says, I didn't mind the 40s, but you can keep the snow. Zach says, if I could give the cold, you can get the snow too. Oh, if I can give the cold, you can get the snow too. All right. Good night, Dawn. We're all heading out. She says, have a beautiful night. Remember, if you're feeling down, look up. Absolutely. Thank you guys for loving her out. Wanda says, I'm trying to decide whether I want to make a vanilla or peanut butter pound cake. Leaning towards the peanut butter one. Oh, peanut butter, hands down. Yes. Right, Tiffany? Go with the peanut butter. That's what I say. Tiffany says, how rude, Nightbot, for ignoring me. Nightbot, don't ignore Tiffany. Jen says, a fork. Oh, Terry says angel food. Oh, I do love a good angel food cake. Lacey says chocolate. That's what Todd's request would be. He's coming in to say hello.
Hello. I said the best cake.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's what they're answering.
Yeah.
That's what they're answering. The
best
a
cake.
Fork.
This is the one's on your plate. That's what makes a good cake. You have it on your plate.
Yes, I guess that would make it a good cake if it's on your plate. Nightbot says chocolate. Who has chocolate? The answer is always chocolate. Zach says, Mr. Joyful is lying. I've seen him eat candy on movie night. Oh, he is definitely lying, Zach.
I never tried candy.
We're talking Pinocchio. I like Tiffany's answer. An oven makes the best cake. Yes, yes. I agree, Jen. Smell is important because some stores are stinky. I agree. Especially warehouses too, where it comes from. Yeah. Jen says, what? Trash yarn? Good for baskets. Don't toss it. It was a battle between my sanity or me going insane. I chose my sanity. Laura says, I have to go to bed. I have newsroom at 10 a.m. Good night. Good night, Laura. We are all heading out, and everyone is saying hello, Mr. Joyful, Suzanne, Terry, Margie. And with that, we are at the bottom of the chat. Well, you guys, thank you so much. I love that this is always a safe place here in the Joyful family, that we can be open and talk about things and have a discussion, even if our opinions don't line up, that we can respectfully have a conversation and that everyone is seen and heard. And that is the goal of my channel, is that everyone that comes in is welcome. They are seen, they are heard, their voice matters. And above everything else, I love you all. So with that being said, I hope you do have a great rest of the evening. For those of you that do have storms rolling in, be safe, stay warm. Those of you that already have storms, be safe, stay warm. And Lord willing, we'll be here tomorrow night for movie night. And if not, find something that makes you joyful. For me, it will be crocheting. If I can't have you, then I'll have my yarn. All right. I do love y'all. And bye, Miss Doris. Thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And I do appreciate you being a part of the conversation. All right. I love you. And until tomorrow or next Thursday for our next tea party, be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, be the joy in everything you do, and remember to hug yourself daily because you matter. All right. Good night.